Hello, ladies. I just want to let you know on the front end, I hate this. I hate doing this. I hate looking at myself in the mirror or in the camera. But you have seen probably on Facebook where Sunday school teachers and pastors are trying to stay in communication with their classes and whatnot through social media. And so I thought, well, we're going to try this too. I've not been to church in about 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, probably going to be 3 come tomorrow. And I miss y'all. And I hate that we're not being able to, number one, finish the book of Genesis, which we've only got one chapter left to do that in our Wiersbe study. And so I thought we would just go ahead and try to do it this direction, this way. So, we're at the end of Genesis. We have gone through every chapter that is in the book of Genesis. This last chapter in our book has to do with some comments that Warren Wiersbe wanted to leave us with, having finished the book. Now, just an overview of where we've been in the book of Genesis. Remember that the Genesis story, or the book of Genesis, goes over a lot of material. In fact, there was, for as far as time goes, about 2,300 years that Genesis spans. And if you look at the time from Exodus to Revelation, it's only 1,800. So there's a lot of time spent in Genesis. And some of the things that we have discussed and read is certainly creation, the fall of man, flood, and then the genealogies, the making of the nation of Israel via Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. So that's just kind of the overview, or the individuals that we're talking are learning about in the book of Genesis. We see that we learn about God's sovereignty. And not only is he sovereign, he's a creator, but we see his unfailing love for his children, for his creation. Now, the name of our book that we have been going over is called Be Authentic. And so that's what this last chapter in the book talks about, is what it means to be authentic children of the Lord. I shared with y'all before that I looked up the word in the dictionary, and most of the things, I guess, that I would think about would be authentic, being real, sincere, and those are good definitions of it. But let me read you a couple others that I hadn't thought about, that I thought was really applicable to what we're trying to look at and discuss. Authentic is genuine, but they also say it's the original way, or based on fact, and it resembles the original. For us to be authentic Christians, we are to resemble our Maker. We are to lean on the facts and not on our feelings. And so Wiersbe wanted to bring out several things that he felt like authentic believers are or look like, to help us remember what the ultimate goal, not only in providing information via Genesis. Not only do we learn the characters that are in Genesis, not only do we learn what God has done, what he is continually trying to do in us, but we learn about what it looks like to be an authentic believer in Christ. So, the first one that Wiersbe talks about is authentic believers are all made of clay. Well, I can tell you, I certainly am. I'm sure y'all feel the same way. If we were given an assignment to write down the areas in which we're weak in, we could probably come up with a dozen of them without even thinking twice. But if you sat down and you says, well, what are your strengths, then we can't think of anything. But we can certainly tell you that we are made of clay. And Wiersbe had kind of pointed out that at first you might think that the Lord only uses those people that are perfect in some way, shape, or form. That's not actually accurate. As we were going through Genesis, I don't know about you, but I was, I don't want to say amazed, that's not the word I'm thinking about, but I was reminded that these characters that we learn about, these people that lived back then, they did not always do what was right. They didn't always do what was smart. And so that is supposed to comfort us, knowing that in spite of the dumb things that we can do, or in spite of our sin, in spite of our selfishness, that the Lord's desire and His work is to perfect us and to make us in His image. So believers are, everybody. Sorry about that. This is makeshift. Okay, let's try again.